real this time. It feels like it's been so long, even though I did technically stream. Excuse me. I did technically stream for our anniversary. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of don't count that because that was like a special occasion. I was really hoping to have had everything ready for re-debuts before our anniversary stream, but just so much in my real life happened that it was just first of all, doing VTuber debuts already takes like a super long amount of time. Because like I feel like a lot of people don't totally realize just how much gets put into like a single VTuber's debut, and then I have to do that by 5. Well, I mean technically 4, because Blythe said that, you know, she's all right with not getting like a whole bunch of new stuff, but you know what I mean. It is a lot. It is a lot. But and that's why I wanted to, you know, like take a break, was just to get my ducks in a row, you know what I mean? I wanted to like, you know, at least have like a semblance of where to go. So right now where I'm at is that I've finished just about all of the new logos, and so now we're getting into making all the like backgrounds and assets and stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be our next step. And I don't think that it's gonna be too much, but it's kind of funny. Like all this time I've been wondering like, oh, what is everybody like? What's everybody going to want for their new stuff? Like, you know, I gotta have like a frame of reference before I start commissioning artists for stuff. And then I realized, wait, I need new stuff too. What do I want? Like this whole time I had just like completely forgotten about myself and, you know, the stuff that I want. But I guess it's just because I'm not making everything myself again. I'm not doing that ever again. I've learned my lesson. But I think probably if I was going to make everything all by myself again, I probably would have gotten my stuff figured out, because like I've said before, I'm kind of the guinea pig of the group. Whenever I make something new, or like if I ever like have like a plan to make something new for everybody, I do it with myself first, just to make sure it's a good idea. That's just, you know, that's just how I operate. And so right now I'm working on some new PNGs to use, so we can have some like updated stuff, and I don't have to pay even more money to to do that. Plus, I think it'll also be good for me to like draw all of us with our new designs, because let me tell you, a couple of them are really different. Different in a good way, of course, but yeah, they're very different. So my brain has to get used to drawing them in the new way instead of the old way. But I don't think it'll be that bad. But I do have like I do have background, or not background, I do have character reference sheets drawn up now, so got that squared away. I have a bit of a hard time doing like turnarounds, because like I never know what all to include. Like I looked at other VTubers like reference sheets, you know, just to get like an idea, and like some of them are like super basic, you know, it's just front, back, side, that's it. And then some of them have like a million, well, and it's because like some VTuber models are like way more detailed than others. So like some of them have like just so much stuff. Like they are multiple sheets long. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Definitely, if you have like a really complicated design, you know, you want people to be able to draw it right, you know. But I don't think any of our designs are like that crazy, really. But yeah, so I wasn't sure. And also some VTubers have like they have like, I don't know, like they show like their expressions, like their model expressions. Like they'll have like a little section that shows like one of them crying, or like one of them with like an angry face or something, you know. I didn't include that on ours. I made them just pretty basic. They're simple to the point. I feel like that's all you really need. Yeah, I like the direction that I'm going with. Although yesterday, actually, it's kind of funny. So, on Saturday, I was pretty cranking along, and then I got to sketching out Griffin's PNG, and I was like, oh crap, I don't know how to pose him. Like I don't know how to like position his arms or legs. I don't know what's a good pose for him. So I spent like the whole day doing that, and then like by the end of the day I finally got it figured out, and I think it looks really cute. And then, you know, I move on to Leah, and I'm like, I don't know how to pose her. And again, it took me like the whole day to figure out how I wanted her to be posed. But I think I got it figured out. I think it's like the like less girly ones I have a harder time with. Yeah. It's just because I draw girls a lot more, like more feminine girls. And you know, Griffin is a guy, and Leah is, well, at least her character is meant to be tomboyish. I don't know if I would really call her herself a tomboy. I don't know. That would probably be something to ask her. Do you consider yourself a tomboy? I don't know. I don't see her the person like that, but you know, that's just me. That's not the vibe in my head of her personality. But oh well, whatever. The point is, I got it figured out. Finally. Oh, and I have a very special announcement that this just happened today. So, we have made a new addition to my family. I got a new kitten! Yay! He's really cute. Me and Papa B, we went out to go and adopt a new cat, and they showed us all the kittens they had. We had a really hard time picking. But we eventually, we landed, it was between this like silly, cute little black cat and this really sassy, like yellow and white cat. I like the personality of the yellow cat, but first of all, he wasn't neutered, so I couldn't, they didn't let you like pick up and hold the cats that like haven't been neutered and haven't had their shots. So like the black kitten I was able to hold, and I was holding him, and then I looked down and he booped his nose against my nose, and I was like, oh my god, this is it, this is the one. It was true. It was the perfect pick. He was so cute. And he drove on the drive home. He sat in Papa B's lap. Like the whole entire, well, not really the whole entire time. Like when we first left, I was holding on to him, and I let him look out the window because he was like, whoa, whoa, so many sights and smells, and all these thingies are moving really fast outside of the window. Crazy. So yeah, he was of course like the curious cat. And then, you know, eventually he was just like, okay, I give up, and he just sat with Papa B while he drove. I didn't drive because I didn't want to, and I don't know streets very well. I have a hard time driving to work, so I didn't want to drive. And it's a good thing too, because I was very lost on the drive over. Yeah, so his name is Kamina. A very cool name for a very cool cat. It was either gonna be that or Nyx. So we're giving his official name being Kamina Nyx, just because we couldn't choose really. But you know, that's like his main name. Yes, I love Gurren Lagann. It is one of my favorite animes like ever. I really enjoyed it. I watch it at least like once a year, I think. Yeah, I thought that would be a really good name for a cat. So like we brought him home, and he's gotten acquainted with our other cat. He does not like our other cat. Like he hasn't like swatted at him or anything, but like when he comes over, like and our other cat, he's not mean to him either. But like when he comes over, he'll puff up and like hiss at him like he's all scary. And apparently it works because our other cat backs off after that. Like he scared him up the stairs. I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Why are you afraid of him? You're like 5 times his size. But yeah, I think they're starting to warm up to each other. It might take a little while, but you know, it took a little while for our old cat to get used to the cat that we currently have. Like, I remember, and my parents contested me about this, but I remember like the first time we brought our second cat home, and I put our first cat next to him just because, you know, they hadn't met yet, and I wanted to see his reaction. And he hissed at him, and I was so mad. I was like, why would you hiss at him? He's a baby. You're supposed to love him. And then, you know, like a year, not even a year, like a few months or even weeks later, they were like inseparable. So I think well, at least I'm hoping that the same thing will happen with them. But you know, I was a little bit worried with our other cat because he's a bit much. He's a bit much. So I was really worried that he would be like kind of hostile to the kitten. Yeah, exactly. I was worried that he would be like either mean to the kitten or like afraid of him and like pee on my stuff, because that's happened before. We took in like a neighborhood stray cat for a little while, and she was so mean to our two cats, that like the one that we have now, he wouldn't go down the stairs to like get food or use the litter box, and so he like peed in my closet, and he peed on some of my stuff, so that sucked. And he would poop on the carpet, because like I said, he was too scared to go down and use the litter box. So I was afraid that would happen again, but so far, knock on wood, you know, that hasn't happened. But, you know, the cat that we took in, she was a full-grown cat, and he's just a kitten. Kamina, I mean, he's just a kitten. So, and we took care of a kitten before, too. So, you know, and he wasn't really mean to that kitten either. It was just my aunt had us take care of her kitten while she went to Las Vegas, but like he and our two cats, they got along together pretty well. So I don't think there will be like too much problem with my cats now. Or with my current cat and Kamina. But we'll just see about that. Right now, you know, he's just a very, very curious kitten. Likes to play, as kittens do. Yeah, I think he's gonna be a good addition to the family. Maybe I'll have to like post some pics or something. I don't know. Yeah. In other news, yeah, me too. I'm sure they'll learn to love each other. In other news, the reason why I have come back to streaming, my workplace finally hired another person, and I got my Saturday evenings back. You know what that means? Barbie movie weekends are back! Yeah! I'm so happy. I'm so happy about that. I have been so sad every single Saturday. Not only because I have to work the entire day, but because I couldn't watch any more Barbie movies. It was horrible. That was a horrible. It pains me. It pains me to look into my Barbie movie weekend playlist and see the last one was 2 months ago. No, say it ain't so. But the time has finally come. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, why am I coughing so much? But yeah, the time has come. The time has come, and we can finally watch it again. Ah. I'm very happy about it. So yeah, it took a really long time. It took longer than I think it should have for them to hire a new person, and it took a lot of pestering too. Because like, not only was I not happy about, you know, the hours that I had to work after that, but you know, my coworkers were also not happy because one of them had to work like 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. all by themselves. And you know, I don't think that's good. I don't think that's really healthy for anybody. Like, I mean, when she told them that, you know, they wanted more hours, I don't think that they meant this. So yeah, I'm very, very happy, not only for like my own needs, but also for like the well-being of my coworkers, that we have at least a little more help. We have at least one more person to help during the weekends. So yeah, that's a very huge sigh of relief. And the new person, they're not too bad. You know, they talk a lot. They have a lot of opinions. They just, I don't know. I don't wanna like, you know, I don't wanna be a jerk like the first ever time that we met, but like, I don't know. It's something that like I've noticed. Like I had said on Twitter. It's just something that I've noticed with like a lot of the male anime fans that I've met. I'm not saying that this is like every male anime fan, because you know I've met like plenty of guys that are just like perfectly normal about shows that they like. But you know, there are certain guys that I have met that kind of make liking anime and like anime adjacent things like a competition, and I don't really get that. I don't know, like we had like a discussion. We were like talking about music or something, and he was like, oh, have you ever heard Real? And I was like, of course I've heard Real. I've been in Vocaloid since like 2014. You know, I wasn't like, it wasn't like a, at least I don't think it was like kind of mean-spirited. Maybe I came off as mean-spirited, I don't know, but you know, I didn't mean to like, I wasn't trying to say that like, you know, I was like better or anything, you know, because I had heard of this artist and I had been in this fandom for a long time. But he was like, I've been into Vocaloid way longer than you. And I'm like, okay, it's not a competition. That's fair, yeah. Probably a good number of fandoms do that. But it's just something that I've noticed because, like I said, this new person is not the only person that I've met who has talked to me like that. Like, you know, I wasn't trying to like compete or anything. I was just, you know, trying to say that like, of course I've heard of this very popular artist in a fandom that I've been in for 10 years. You know, I was just being silly about it. I was just being a little silly goose. So I don't know. I don't know why. But you know, besides that, you know, he seemed like a decent guy. He just liked to talk a lot, and that's not a crime. It's not a crime to have opinions. If it did, then I think half of the people on Twitter would be locked up because they've got too many opinions. I would be locked up because I have very strong opinions on certain things. Cough, cough. The animation industry, cough, cough. Yeah, like, I don't know. I guess it's just like, you know, maybe it's not even like to do with like that person or any of the people that I've met. Maybe it's just like, maybe it's like a me thing. I don't know. You know, I like to just be, you know, an equal. A lot of times I don't really feel like I'm an equal in certain conversations because, you know, I look way younger than I am, so I have been treated like I'm not an adult very often, or like I'm not on like an equal level to everybody else. That's just something that I've felt. So I don't know. I think that might just be like me trying to fit in. Yeah. But you know, at the same time, you know, I am not unaware of like this certain type of anime fans, and not even anime fans, just like certain types of like male fans of things that will like question any woman who likes the same thing that they do to try to like gatekeep them almost because they're not a real fan. You know, like I'm very well aware that those kinds of people exist. And you know, I don't want to say that this new person that I have met a total of like 1.5 times is like that, because you know, I don't know them that well, and I am one to not judge people super quickly. Yeah, so I don't know. I'll keep you all posted if there's any more work drama. There is a little bit of work drama that it's not related to me and my coworkers, but I've got a doozy of a tale to spin for you all. Okay, so so there's this guy that calls the store that I work at least like once every 2 weeks or so. Sometimes like once a week. So the first time that he called me, he asked if we sold like a particular kind of anime figure at our store, and we do. So you know, he was like, "Oh, can you tell me like what figures you have in this series?" And I was like, I kind of can't right now, because at the time I had like two groups of people lining up at the cash register. So, and I was the only one there. So I was like, I gotta let you go because I've got customers here, and I don't want to keep them waiting for too long. You could probably call back in like an hour or so. So that was it. I was like, it's kind of weird that they're asking me to like list out every single figure that we have from this like manufacturer. But whatever. But then he called again and asked me the same thing, and I was like, before I like went over and like listed out, because we had like 16 different figures from this line. So I was just like, is there like a specific like character or a specific series that you're looking for? And he was like, oh, I just want to know what you all have before I come up there. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, how about you just like check on our website to see, because we also don't have like a lot of items in the store that we have online. So I was like, you can also just like check online if there is like a specific figure you want, and you can order it. But he didn't want that. So I was like, I guess like there's nobody else is here, so so I listed out at least all of the figures that I could name the characters of, because some of them I didn't know. Like we had a couple of One Piece characters. I don't know any One Piece characters besides the main like 5. Are there 5 main characters? I don't even know. I don't know. I don't watch One Piece. But yeah, so like I listed out all the characters for him, and that he was like, do you know when you're going to be getting any more? And I was like, I have no idea, because they don't tell us. Like, we don't have, it's not like the last place that I worked at where we had like scheduled restock shipments. With this new store, we only know when we're getting restocks when they tell us we're gonna get a restock. That's basically, that's how it is. Oh, there's 10? You see, I don't even know. Anyways, so I was just like, no, I'm sorry. I don't know when we're gonna be getting that stuff in. So anyways, then he calls again, and this time we were told that we were gonna get like a really big restock in. Unfortunately, the figures that we were getting, that series of figures that we were going to be getting in, we were only getting in like, I think like 4 or 5 different ones, and most of them were just like restocks of ones that we already had in the store. So, and like our shipping system is weird too, because they'll tell us that we'll be getting in a shipment on like Tuesday, and we won't get it until Friday or something. So, we were told that we were going to get a huge shipment in Friday, like between Friday and Monday. And at this point, I did not want to talk to this guy anymore. He was just too annoying for me. So thankfully my coworker was there. So I handed the phone off, and so she talked to him. Or no. Before that, he had called that same coworker, and so that's what she told him. She told him that we would get the restock in between, and this was on a Wednesday. So she told him that we were gonna get the restock in between Friday and Monday. And so the next day, we're both in together, and guess who freaking calls? This guy, he asks, this is the one where I handed her the phone because I was like, I know who is calling. I'm not dealing with this guy. So, and she tells him that, you know, we're not going to get a new shipment in until either Friday or Tuesday or Monday or whichever it was. So, you know, and that's what she told me. She told me that she already told him. So I was like, if you were told on Wednesday that we weren't going to get a shipment in until either Friday or Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, why would you call on Thursday? Like, I could understand, you know, maybe if he calls again on Friday, but why Thursday when we told you it won't be in until at least Friday? Why? It's just so weird. And so this guy proceeds to call. He calls us every single day. And on Saturday, he calls us again. And my coworker, she essentially tells him, like, don't call us on Sunday. Because, like, you know, they don't do deliveries on Sundays. You know, that's normal. So she tells him in the nicest, politest way, do not call us on Sunday. Because we are not going to have the shipment in on Sunday. And we don't have it in on Saturday. And then thankfully, so he thankfully did not call on Sunday from what I have been told, but he did call again on Monday. And we did get the shipment in on Monday, but it wasn't until after he called. So like she had already, I still don't work on Mondays. So, my coworker who was there, she told him that it wasn't there. So he called again when I was working on Tuesday. And I said, yes, we do have the shipment in. Oh my gosh. It's just so... And like sometimes when he calls, like, I don't know if it's like, because we have like a landline phone. So I don't know if it's like because the landline is really old. But sometimes when he calls, he like sounds like really creepy. He sounds like very, very muffled, and I can't really hear what he's saying. And it's creepy. It's really creepy. So yeah, now he just like calls us like once a week, like once a week to 2 weeks. And it's just so, like, he's exhausting. He's exhausting to talk to. And again, I have asked him, because, like, you know, he keeps on asking me to, like, list off all the figures from this series that we have. And I'm just like, you know, instead of doing that, because he also, like, asked me if we could put like certain figures on hold for him, which I don't think we're allowed to do that. I don't know. So I was just like, you know, instead of like doing all that, why don't you just go on our website and see if we have anything you're interested in? That's what I do with figure sites. You know, if there's like a good reputable figure site that sells like Nendoroids or something, I'll go on there and I'll see if there's anything I want. I don't like call the place up, you know, like list out what figures they have. That's, I don't know, it's just weird. So I call him the weird guy. That's what I've been calling him. Though Mama B calls him my stalker. Or at least like the store stalker, because I don't think he's doing it like, I don't think he's doing it just to, like, talk to me or any of my coworkers, really. I think he's just a weird guy. And, you know, one of my coworkers brought it up that, like, they think that he might just be trying to figure out, like, when we get new shipments in. And like I said, you know, we don't know, we don't have, like, strict schedule for when we get new shipments in. It literally just like, it comes when it comes. We only know until like a week before it's going to come. So yeah, he's just really weird. There's another really weird customer, but he's weird in a different way. Well, oh, but before I get into that, one more thing about the weird guy. So, like, this one day he called me, or he called the store, and I was there, and he said that like he was going to like come in. He said that he was going to come in and like see what we had. I have no idea if he actually came in or not. I've never seen this man come in before. Or at least, like, if he did, then he didn't talk to me or, like, anybody. So, I don't know. And I wish that he would just ask, like, when do you guys get your shipments in? Because then I could, like, explain to him that, like, we don't know when we get new shipments in. They just kind of happen. But no. But no, he doesn't ask that. But so anyways, like I think he's just kind of like the phantom of our store. Like he says that he comes in, but I've never seen him or spoken to him before. So like I don't know. He could be just like a figment of my imagination. I don't know. It's just so weird. It's just a weird guy. So yeah, so this other very strange customer, like I don't wanna like make fun of him, because like basically I am like 100% certain that this guy just has like some sort of like mental disability. And so like I don't wanna be saying that like, oh, he's like weird and strange because of that, you know, because you know he can't help that. You can't help that sort of thing, you know. But it is. I'm trying to think of like a polite. It's just like it does kind of disrupt the peace a little bit. So this guy, he'll come into the store, and like we are allowed to like play like anime music and stuff in the store. So that's usually, I have like a playlist of songs that I like that I'll play. And like sometimes if it's like a really popular anime song, which honestly I don't have that many popular anime songs, but if it's like a popular anime song, he'll set his like shopping bags on our counter and he'll start like dancing. It's strange, you know, but like usually like as long as there's nobody else in the store, like nobody's waiting in line or anything, you know, and you know he's not like hitting anybody, like, you know, it's not like super crazy, you know, he just kind of like bops around, you know, and like it's whatever. I don't really have that much of a problem with it. I don't think the management has much of a problem with it, because they never said like, oh, when this guy comes in, kick him out, you know. But like just one time I was playing some music and the store was pretty crowded, and he was running around and like jumping all about, and it was making some people kind of uncomfortable. And like I said, it was kind of crowded, so I didn't want him to like accidentally like run into anybody. So I figured out the trick to get him to not dance around the store, and it's just to like pick a song that he didn't know. I have a lot of Vocaloid songs on my playlist. Shocker. So I was like, you know, this guy doesn't seem like he knows very many Vocaloid songs, and I was right. So he just like grabbed a pack of Pokemon cards, put it on the counter, and, you know, paid for it and left. Though every single time, he only ever, like, buys Pokemon cards from us. And every single time that I'm there, he always asks me if I play, like, Pokemon Go. Because that's another thing he'll do, is he'll, like, come in and he'll, like, stand in front of the counter and, like, play Pokemon Go for a little bit. Again, like, I don't really care about that. That's not going to cause a problem, really. You know, if he's doing that and, like, somebody comes up to the front desk, I would just, like, ask him, excuse me, can you let these people come and get their stuff checked out? You know, simple as that. You know, and I'm not, like, trying to, like, make fun of him or anything, because, you know, like, he clearly has some kind of disability that, you know, he doesn't totally know, like, what to do in these sorts of situations. And I'm not one, nobody should shame people for that, you know? But it's just, you know, in a situation like that where there's a lot of people, you know, you don't want to, like, run into anybody, or, like, you know, you don't want people to, like, at least I don't want people to be, like, nervous that they might get run into in the store. But, like, every time he, like, comes in and he just, like, buys Pokemon cards, and he'll always ask me, do you play Pokemon Go? And I always say no. And then he's like, why not? And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just not into it. And then he leaves, and that's it. I don't know. It's just a peculiar interaction. That's the most polite way I can describe it. It makes me a little nervous sometimes, just because, like, I don't know what to do in that sort of situation. But, you know, it's not something, like, that serious, I don't think. Blah, 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 blah. Just a yet another interesting individual. He's not as creepy as the guy on the phone, though. I will say. Yeah, it's just awkward. That's a good word to describe it. It's just very awkward. For me. For me, it is. But, you know, it's nothing that I can't, like, handle, really. Oh, there is a much cuter customer interaction that I have is there was this one little girl and her mom that came in the store one day, and she had a Ojamajo Doremi t-shirt on, and I was like, oh, I like your Doremi shirt, and she was like, you know Doremi? It's like a old magical girl show, for those who don't know. But yeah, I love magical girls. My first anime was Cardcaptor Sakura, so I've pretty much grown up on magical girl anime. But yeah, so she loves magical girls, and she loves Vocaloid. She knows, like, all the Vocaloids, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this little girl she's just like me when I was little. Like, she reminds me so much of myself. I think she's just adorable. I love her so much. And, like, I do like a thing. I do, like, vocal synth Fridays. So I'll just, like, basically it's just I play vocal synth music, and we now have this little, like, acrylic sign thing. It's supposed to be, like, for the place that I work at, to, like, advertise events and stuff. But every Friday I switch it around, and I have, like, a vocal synth of the week. I just think it's fun, and I haven't gotten yelled at because of it yet. So it'll be It'll be there for as long as I'm allowed. Until the staff is like, hey, don't do that anymore. Which I don't think they will, because I only do it for like a day. But like she knew well she's only been in for like one week that I did it. But she knew who Lo Tianyi was. So I was like, oh my gosh. She's so sweet. Though she does think that these My Dress Up Darling plushies that we had were Project Sekai. And I didn't have the heart to tell her that that's from an ecchi series. I just really hope that I hope that A, her mom doesn't buy those for her, and B, I hope that she doesn't watch the series, because I think she's like 10 or something, and I don't know if My Dress Up Darling is the most appropriate show for a child. I haven't seen it all the way through, but you know, I know what happens. I know what happens in that show. I know what it's about. Let's just say Marion Kitagawa, I think that's her last name, is not the most say-so anime girl. At least when it comes to the characters she likes. But yeah, I just love her. Cause she just reminds me so much of me when I was her age. Because I also had and I still do to this day, have an unhealthy addiction to silly little anime robots that sing. It is a cute anime, and I wish that I had a guy who would make all my cosplays for me. Hold on, I don't remember. It's been a hot minute. Does Marion ever pay Gojo for her cosplays, or he just does it for the grind? I can't remember. I don't think she ever pays him. That's crazy. Though I did one of my coworkers they know a seamstress who makes cosplays. So she does pay for it? Okay, I wasn't sure. Like I was saying, my coworker knows a seamstress, and so I asked them to ask her if she could make me this one Miku cosplay. It's the outfit that she wears in the Skeleton Orchestra and Lilia Project Diva thing. I really wanted to cosplay that, but like, number one, I cannot sew, and number two, all of the like even like all the AliExpress versions of the cosplay that I saw were out of stock. So I was like, oh crap. I'm never gonna be able to get this. So I tried to find like a ballet tutu. She is not say so. Do not lie to yourself. So like I tried to look up like ballet tutus that were like that looked really similar to that outfit, and the only ones that I could find were like $170, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if I can afford that. So thankfully my coworker was like, oh, you can just I can just like ask my friend. I can just ask my friend like to make this for you. And so yeah, I guess now, because like I was like, oh, that would be great, but I'm going to Japan soon and I want to save up money. So, you know, and my coworker was like, oh yeah, that's fine. Like she can make it like whenever. And then the next day I come into work and they've told it, they told me, oh, she actually has already gotten started making it. So yeah, I guess I commissioned a cosplay person. I have seen it, just not all the way through. I only think I got to like episode like 4 or something, but I'm talking about like certain scenes that you see. It is not the most say-so anime. That's what I mean. There are certain scenes that I would not show to a 10-year-old. Yeah, so I do want to get more into like cosplaying stuff. It's just a very expensive hobby. It really is. Like I have like a number of friends who make their own cosplays and stuff. And like they like style wigs and everything, and that is just so much. Thankfully for wig styling, I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but Papa B used to work in Hollywood. He used to work in like the movie industry and stuff. So one of his friends does like wigs. They do like VFX stuff. Yeah, I know. Marine, she's a nice good person. Okay, I know. Anyways, so like if I ever need like a wig to be styled, probably just like, oh yeah, you can just like send that to him and he can get it styled. Which I do need to send one of my wigs to him, because I did like a Ia cosplay, the Vocaloid Ia, and if you don't know, her hair is like super long. Like the wig that I got, it's like down to my it's like down to my shins pretty much. It is a really long wig, and because of that, after wearing it around a convention 2 times, it's really weird. It's like it's straight at the top, straight at the bottom, and then a mess in the middle. And the last time I tried to style my own wig, I just made it worse. So I think I might just like send it out to Hollywood to get it straightened. I don't even need it styled. I just need it straightened. Like I know the like tricks to straightening a wig. I know that it's like pretty easy. I'm just scared. I'm just scared that I'm gonna make it worse again. Cause like for a time I wanted to get like a what are those, like the steam straightener things? I've seen a lot of cosplayers use that. So I wanted to get one of those, but I feel like it might be too expensive. And then also, like, in order to make sure that your wigs stay straight, you have to like crimp them and comb them. And man, I'm not buying like all of this stuff. I like to cosplay, but you know, it's so much. I only want to do it like recreationally. Recreational cosplay use. So yeah, I don't think, I'm pretty sure that like my dad's friend will just like do it for free. At least he did for my last wig. I mean, I don't normally send over my wigs to be styled. If I did, then yeah, I would probably be like paying him for every wig that I send over there, but I've only ever done it once. So, I don't know. I don't know, we'll see. I guess the payment is like the shipping cost for sending it out there. I don't know. Ah man, I'm drinking a lot of water. My throat has become unused to me talking so much that now I need so much water again. Oh, I have another kind of funny story about my new coworker. So, I was working on our new PNGs while I was at work, just like in downtime. Like, you know, obviously I don't draw like when there's people like in the store and stuff. Just, you know, when it's empty, I'll usually have my tablet with me so I can get other work done. And so he was like, "Oh, who are you drawing?" And I was like, "Oh, it's you know, my VTubers, my VTuber children." I don't think any of the people that I work with know that. I think like some of them know that I do VTubing, but I don't think that they know that I'm part of a group. But so I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm just drawing, you know, my VTuber children." And he was like, "Oh, are they in a group?" And I was like, yeah, they are." Hello, welcome. And so he was like trying to like guess what group we were from. And then in my mind I was like, "You're not gonna get it." Hi there, Leah. And so like at this point I had only drawn mine, Meguro, and I was stuck on Griffin. So he was like, "I don't recognize the girl in the middle, but the one on the left looks kind of familiar." And mine was the one that was on the left. And I was just like, "Oh, that's the wrong one." Really? You do? You I was so nervous. I was like, "Oh crap. Oh crap. Does he know me?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I think I've seen like a clip of her or something." So like I don't know, cuz like he's like he's really into like I don't know if he's just like mostly into Hololive or if he like watches other VTuber groups too. I don't know. But he was, yeah, I was just like, I was sweating bullets. I was like, "Oh crap, does he know who I am?" So like, I don't know if he was like, if he legit knew who I was, or if he was just, you know, like trying to seem like he knew what he was talking about. I don't know. But I kind of hope that he doesn't find out. I didn't tell him that that was me, of course. But he doesn't know that I am secretly an anime bee. So yeah, I kind of hope that he doesn't find out. I kind of hope that none of my coworkers ever find my YouTube account. I mean, I don't really talk smack about them. Like even like I didn't even want the people that I worked with previously to see my channel. It's just because I don't want people to see how much of a girl failure I am. It's embarrassing. At least not until we have our re-debuts. It's like I don't want them to be like, "Oh, so this is what you draw?" Be like, "No! No! This art is from 3 years ago!" You gotta believe me. I've grown so much. Which I do think that I've also gotten better since I stopped streaming for a little while, or since I took my break. I did a couple of like I had like a week where I did like a lot of anatomy studies and stuff. Because I was like, you know what? I have trouble drawing pictures of characters like from the back. So I want to be able to do that. So that's what I did. Cuz you know, like I always like watch videos where people tell you like, "Oh, do this like they have titles like do this to like help improve your art, and they always just say like study this, study that, study that, study that, and it's just like, where do I begin, you know? Like they never tell you like start with this and then you can get to this, you know what I mean? So that kind of put me in a slump for like a few days, because I was so overwhelmed, because I would just keep on watching these like tutorial videos and stuff, and I just didn't feel like I was getting anywhere. So I took a minute and I just like focused on like, okay, what is the number one thing that I want to get better at? Is it head shapes? Is it like body positions? Like, what is the thing that I want to get better at first? And so that's how I was able to, get better. I think that like, if you're struggling, if you're like in the same boat as I was and like you don't know like what to study first or like where to start, just like making a list of stuff that you want to get better at, and like learning from that, looking up tutorials about that specific thing, and studying from that specific field, I think that can really help. It helped for me. It helped to get like a lot more organized, So yeah, I think that my time learning more about like anatomy and like how parts of the body are shaped have helped me. Yeah, that's true. Tutorials are good for like oh, what's the word? For like as like a guide, They can like show you like a method or so. And sometimes that method works for you and sometimes it doesn't. Like I've studied many a hair shading tutorial only to still suck at hair shading. And I'm still not perfect, but I think that I've gotten to like a place, and like a lot of it, especially if you're doing like anime style art, a lot of it has to do with like your own personal taste. If you really like, say, like Love Live, and you want your style to look like Love Live, then that's the sort of thing you want to emulate. So it's just about like what you like and what you want your art to look like. That was another thing that I really struggled with, was like figuring out like what I liked from certain artists and like what I wanted to apply to my own work. Because, I like see so many styles online, and I'm like, oh, I want to draw from that, and I want to draw from that, I want to draw from that. Well, yeah, I'm afraid you're too late to be making more model requests, because the Live 2D shop is closed. It is closed for the next couple of months, because, oh boy, that was a lot of work. Yeah, so like I would just try to like draw from too many different styles, and I kind of got lost in the sauce, so to speak. But again, I think I've made it to a point that I'm pretty okay with for now, until like I look back at my art the next day and I'm like, oh god, this is so ugly, what was I thinking? Because that's what I do. That's what I do a lot. I stare at my art for so long and then it looks ugly. Maybe it always looked ugly. I don't know. I'm going insane. Anyways, moving on from topics. So this is like completely off topic. So I have never once ordered anything from the TikTok shop. I've made it like a proud statement of mine that I've never bought anything from TikTok shop, even though they are always shoveling freaking ads down your throat. It never once got me until I saw these little like 3D printed teeny little animals. They're almost like Littlest Pet Shops in a way. And I was like, oh my god, these are so stupid, I need them. So yeah, I went from never buying anything from the TikTok shop to owning like 15 of these little tiny animals. They come in like packs of 5. But my thing is, I only order them if there's like a discount. So like the first time I ordered them, I only paid like, I think $6 for them. And then this last time, I bought like a 2-pack, and I got that for like, I think like $17. So yeah, like it really wasn't that bad. But yeah, I don't really see myself as being like a TikTok shop person. I don't know what it was, and I gotta be one. You can't see it, but I'm holding it. It's so fat and stupid. I love it. I love these little creatures. They itch a scratch in my brain that I can't describe. They're just so dumb. They're just so dumb looking. I love them. And my cats like them too. Both of them. I threw them on the ground. They like this one dolphin that I have. They're big dolphin fans. So yeah, it is both good for humans and cats. And bees. Ah. Ooh, what else did I want to discuss? There's so much has happened. Just like so much has happened in like the past like month and a half that I've been gone. I am really happy to be able to do Barbie movie weekends again. And I have stuff for snacks this time. At least I hope. I don't know. I might eat them all by Saturday. I have these like Chessman cookies, or like Pepperidge Farm cookies. I love these so much. There's just something about them, especially when you dip them in milk. Oh my god, so good. They're like little shortbread cookies. I love them. I love them so much. I think the last week that I planned to do Barbie movie weekends, I actually got the movie wrong. So like if you look back at that schedule and you're like, wait, why does this movie not say the one for this week? That's because I got them mixed up. I misread them, and I think I misread them on the last stream too. So if you watch that, the order that it's in now is right. So don't listen to past BBB. She's stupid. Present BBB is stupid too, but she at least knows which Barbie movies go in which order. I'm just like I have so much to talk about, and yet like I'm so tired too. I don't know, maybe I'll save it. Maybe I'll save it for tomorrow. I was actually going to stream this on Monday, but my weeks have gotten like so mixed up now because I work like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So like in my brain, I'm like a day behind. Or ahead. Or is it? Which one is it? But like I think basically I think that like I'm a day behind in my brain. That's what it is. Because like I think that like Sunday is Saturday and Monday is Sunday. So I thought that yesterday was Sunday. And it is not. So I might have gotten my days a little confused. But that's okay. that's okay, because I don't know if I like necessarily want to stream on Mondays. I don't know. We'll see. It's like I wanna make like a coherent streaming schedule. You know, that's like I want to make it more structured. Like I stream on these days, so I'm not like freaking out like, oh god, I haven't streamed in like 5 days. What do I do? You know? And like even when I was, you know, like planning out my streams, I was like, oh god, what do I stream this week? I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I wanted to, is there any more like big news that I wanted to share with everybody? I think I've talked about all of the interesting customers that I've met. Oh, I did finally get my trip to Japan fully paid off, so that's gonna be happening. I'll be there for 2 weeks. It'll be like the end of November to the beginning of December. So you know, look out for that. I will be gone. But then when I come back, I'll probably have like a ton more stories to share and like probably hopefully a lot of pictures. I want to try to take a lot of pictures when I'm in Japan. Cuz I want to show everybody. Nah, it won't be that bad. It won't be as bad as like my last one. Cuz like I said, I'm just going to be gone for like 2 weeks. I'm sure we'll all be able to survive. I hope so. I hope that I don't get eaten by like Godzilla or Hatsune Miku or something while I'm there. Though I am thinking about maybe I probably won't get like live show tickets, but I am thinking about getting like a streaming ticket for the Hololive English concert. I want to try to get a pen light for it. Every single concert that they've had, I've wanted to get a pen light, and they're always sold out. So I'm just like, well, I guess I'm not getting a pen light. It sucks. It's hard, and also like the pen light, okay. So the thing with like ordering Hololive's merch is that the shipping, at least for me, always costs way more than the actual product. It's like the first concert that I watched from them, I think it was like the third fest or something like that. I think the one they had like a deck of playing cards, right? And the cards were only like $13. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll get those. And then the shipping was like $30. It's like I could have bought like a whole nother pack of cards with just the shipping amount, you know? So yeah, I'm a little apprehensive about that. Plus also I've got like figures for pre-order, so yeah. Because I have to satisfy my addiction for little guys. Silly little guys. I love silly little guys. Those are my favorites. Alright, well, I think with that said, I think that's gonna be the end for me because I am sleepy head. So I will be seeing you all tomorrow. Hopefully my computer doesn't explode. Because oh yeah, we have like all of my basement has been fully restored. We have new carpets and everything, so I can be in the basement again. Yay! I can finally go back to the basement that I call home. I'm just kidding. I don't live in the basement. But yeah, so I'll see you all then in my basement. Have a beautiful day. Bye.